Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and other good stuff, and as always published on Rumble, and I've been updating as promised. So far I can manage to do one gaming news when it has news to, to cover, and at least one gameplay from the gameplay series, and at the moment I'm doing Void Busters, the Evil Within 2 and XCOM 2 with 300 plus mods here and there. But yeah, let's catch up with some news. Yeah, the reviews are out for the 7800 XT and the 7700 XT, and I managed to check the usual suspects, which is Hardware Unbox and Gamers Nexus, for more in-depth reviews with a lot of data to compare with, especially with previous generations, see if there is like any kind of uplift there. Regarding to price to performance, and from what I understood, the only one that really matters at this moment is the 7800 XT. However, with some caveats, it's not an excellent GPU, especially comparing to the previous generation. It delivers very similar performance to the 6800 XT, with some, I think it trades. In certain games it might trade with some lows depending on the resolution and everything, but I think it's more for 1440p, this CPU. It's more aimed for that, even though it can handle to a certain degree 4K gaming, but it has the basically kind of margin of error, like maximum 5% off in terms of comparison with the 6800 XT. The good thing here, one of the few only good things from this GPU is basically the price. It delivers to a certain extent kind of better performance than the 4070. The 4070 at the moment, the MSRP is $600, and I don't think you can find it that much. I heard some discounts here and there, but I think it's for the 4060 Ti. But it's the price is $500 for the 7800 XT. It's basically $100 less, and basically it delivers between almost like 10% around that in terms of performance, better than the 4070, which is good for what it is, given the market conditions. Even though in terms of comparing with previous generation, doesn't bring basically any kind of performance uplift. It has a little bit better ray tracing. It has the AV1 encoding if you use that, but over I think it's a little bit more economic in terms of power consumption. But yeah, it's kind of that ballpark here. In terms of pricing on the market condition, I think it's for the same price of 4060 Ti with destroys 4060 Ti, this GPU. I think it's a decent option, not the best option. I don't know, but for what it is, because it is like a very, to a certain degree, very hard ballpark to hit this ground, like the middle range, like achieving like a good price to performance. And at the moment, given the market conditions, I think this is like the best deal for that $500 like tier GPU that we have. However, if you have a 6800 XT, like for 450, 400, if you still find any of these in stock, I think it's kind of the same thing. If you don't take advantage of because I don't think ray tracing at this is still at this range of GPUs in terms of performance compensates, because it takes a lot of hit on the performance, and I think this is have to think about more as a good 1440p GPU, which delivers great performance, 60 from what I remember, 60 frames and up, some of them like 90, almost 100 frames, which is more than good. I think people have a very high expectation regarding like even GPUs. I think if we put some expectation a little bit lower than we have, I think we need to check that at the moment. Of course, if you can achieve better performance, it's better, of course, but around 60 frames and up, or the minimum, I think it's a very good benchmark here, because then I think it's comes to a certain point you don't even going to notice the frames. I take an example, for example, the 7900 XTX that I managed to buy. After, I don't know, you can notice 60 frames and down. You can really notice that if you're used to 60 frames. But I don't know, maybe I need to try like a constant 120 FPS. Because for me, I don't notice that much. I can notice fluidity, you can, but because I don't play like first-person shooters, so I don't notice, or maybe I'm not that sensitive to frame rates, but to a certain degree. But if you play at below 60, I can notice that, because I've been getting used to throughout the years to at least have 60 frames. That I can notice, but I think it's an enjoyable experience. You don't have to play everything at 100 plus frames, especially depending what type of games you play. If you play more cinematic kind of games, let's say for example, taking the example like Resident Evil 4, like third person kind of more games, like even Dead Space, I don't know, Hogwarts Legacy. I think 60 frames is a good it's a good sweet spot there, unless there is like more actiony games, maybe more frames you I don't know, you notice better the difference, and maybe it's more fluid in terms of the eye, in terms of the motion itself. But yeah, overall thoughts, it's a decent GPU. If you find a good deal, and I think they already added the Starfield Premium Edition to these GPUs, to these two, to the bundle here, so pay attention when if you're going to buy this game, if you are in the eligible regions, because unfortunately I bought my GPU when I was not in an eligible region, which is the UAE. It's not eligible. Some Middle Eastern countries are eligible, but my country was not, so it's a shame. But yeah, I was not buying the GPU because of the game itself, but it was a shame. It could be an extra, something that I could take value out of it, but it was not in an eligible region. But yeah, regarding GPUs, this is it, or hardware. It's the thing that caught my eye, and will caught everybody's eyes at the moment, except for Starfield, which there is a lot of discussion around that, but that's a conversation for another day. I don't like to put myself in some kind of those dramas, but yeah, we got good news regarding Unreal Engine 3. They have launched basically the 5.3 version of the engine. It's of course for like pre-release kind of a thing here, so it's for the developers to start to try out these kind of things and give some feedback to the guys at Unreal Engine. But one of the things they introduced is very interesting, is like experimental new rendering, like explosions, fires, like volumetric kind of things there, volumetric rendering, sorry, to give a more cinematic feeling, and some animation stuff. And one of the things that I like more is the skeletal editor. Like for example, if you have like a monster or something like that, you can edit like, if it has like in the video shows, like if you have like fins, you can put the bone structure of the fins. I think it might give a more realistic, to a certain degree, more realistic movement to the characters that you are developing and rendering. I think it is. I think this version here is to more fine-tuned to certain aspects, because you have like the lumen and nanite, which is about detail and like ray tracing stuff there, and illumination. I think this one is fine-tuned these little things to give more details on the technology already, and start introducing little things that they can iterate and improve on the overall engine. I just think that they need to to a certain degree try to improve optimization, but because the engine is relatively new, it doesn't have like a year since its launch, but even though the developers already been working in this kind of engine for some time now, but we need some to this mature a little bit more, to see if the afterwards, like in a year or so, maybe we start seeing more optimized games with Unreal Engine 5, so it doesn't strain your computer. But yeah, it's good to see that they are of course, improving and hopefully optimizing in terms of performance for everybody who can't play games on the Unreal Engine 5 without donating a kidney or something like that. Regarding games, we got some teasers again from Todd Howard. He gave an interview, Forbes or whatever it is, one of those magazines. The teaser for Indiana Jones games. We saw already a teaser, like very short teaser, just showing the desk, and then we got the fedora and then the whip and everything. Yeah, we might see something next year. At least that's what he said. We'll talk next year regarding the Indiana Jones games. Seems that the Machine Heads is working on both Indiana Jones games and a Wolfenstein title. I think it's like a main title series because they managed to throw out one or two games that is not part of the main series. But yeah, we'll see how it goes next year. Maybe we get more information regarding that. But at this time, I think people should enjoy the video games. They're already out because we got a lot of launches. Enjoy the games, they're already out. Don't start worrying too much what it's the FOMO thing here is take it easy, man. Just enjoy the games. People, the Starfield is already launched. Instead of, for example, in this case, talking about the game itself, trying to, I don't know, continue like the marketing stuff for the for the game itself. The people already asking, what's the next project? What's the next project? Take it easy. You got this project. It's launched like not even a day. You're already talking about something that it's not done yet. I don't understand the hurry of getting new things. You can mature the conversation regarding Starfield, how they think that it's going to be, what they, I don't know, maybe some questions of some stats from the pre-order, like the premium game, what they had in terms of stats, if people are playing more like this or like that. I think it's more productive than trying to talk about some teases that only next year we will get a tease or something like that regarding a game that will be coming maybe in 2 years or so. I don't understand. It's too much sometimes. But regarding teases, we got Grimdark medieval tactical RPG called Beast announced for PC. It's a very heavy metal kind of a trailer here. It seems like a isometric kind of turn-based with very dark, like medieval dark, like the like demons and everything, and you seem to be like a monster hunter or something like that in that kind of way. And yeah, I think it's like turn-based with similar to squad management. I think you have a squad and go about it, do whatever it needs to be done. It's just a tease, so we don't have a lot of information, but we got some real gory details there on the video, and it's made on the Unreal Engine 5, so let's see how it goes. And finally, we got Alan Wake 2. We got an interview with Sam Lake. It dwells a little bit more at this because there is a question. Given this is Alan Wake franchise, so the main character is Alan Wake. To a certain degree, why the introduction of a new kind of co-star on the franchise that it's from another character. I kind of like the justification to a certain degree because not everybody, even though everybody knows Alan Wake, to a certain degree in the gaming world, still younger audiences maybe never played this game, and I think they introduced this character saga basically to massage new players into this world, because to a certain degree Alan Wake is psychologically very difficult to unwrap to a certain degree if you never played that one, like the settings and the philosophies around that, how your mind can manifest things, and the subconscious of your mind, what can mess up with your thoughts also. But yeah, basically it's supposedly Saga is like her storyline is going to be more like an introduction for like new players that never played like the Remedy connected universe to a certain degree, and maybe put them in a tease to play maybe Alan Wake 1 to see what everything spawned from, and maybe also Control, because we know Control, I know Control it is, but I don't know till what extent Control is part or how it is connected to Alan Wake. I have that game. I will need to make a series. I'm really excited to that. But yeah, and then now basically I'm pushing on for a full-on connected universe. Hopefully it with this new engine, it's very, very good. And I'm saying this because I watched the new exclusive gameplay trailer, gameplay video. Basically it's 10 minutes. Very interesting in terms of mechanics of the gameplay mechanics, in terms of shooting and everything, and how you manage stuff, and for example how the animation, very, very realistic. They managed with this the proprietary engine do things very, very, very good in terms even in lighting, because it's very dark scenes and how the flashlights interacts with the environment. Also the reloading of, you have like a crossbow, even the reloading is not, you just press R and it reloads an arrow. You see the full animation of putting the crossbow, and it's very good. I really recommend you watching this gameplay here. But yeah, it seems that Saga is mainly to try to guide them. Now let's see how heavy let's say the experience is or not in terms of content from Saga. There is some kind of like the Detective's Mind Palace here, similar to what we watched from Alan Wake gameplay from, not the Game Awards, the last show that we have. Oh my god, I forgot the from Germany. I forgot the name of that show. We saw some stuff from Alan Wake. We saw like he has like his kind of his mind palace to a certain degree. It's the best comparison that I can make, or mind cabin. And Saga has kind of a similar thing, more like detective stuff here, for us to help out the player to get the picture together on certain things. Seems pretty interesting how they're going about this game. I'm very interested on this game to see how it goes. But yeah, we're going to wrap up with some gaming deals. We got Sharkpunk Verminfall. Offers until 10th of September. You got a demo, which is always good, but it's a very positive experience. Again, similar to XCOM, but instead of having a main base, I think you're running out of town to a certain degree, and the main base is basically your camps that you set up throughout the gameplay here. 45% off. I think it's an excellent deal for an indie game. I'm very interested in this game also. We got also Scorn. I don't know what to tell you. It's a mostly positive game. Doesn't have a lot of I don't think it has basically any narration, not mistaken. It's all environment style, very Geiger-esque kind of a thing here. Yeah, I don't know if in terms of performance it's better, but yeah, if you like this kind of vibes here, it's 60% off, so it is what it is. I'm interested, but I lost a little bit of the interest after the reviews, but maybe I will try sometime in the future, I don't know. But yeah, I think that from what I understood, that the design language could have been a little bit better, given that you don't have like text or something like that to go around. But yeah, it is what it is. And GOG, we got The Witcher Wild Hunt, the complete edition, 70% off. Usually $15 with all the DLCs is the best price that you usually can get. In every platform, and I think it's a good buy here. Also, we got Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. So the first game here, the second one they already been teased up to come up. We already had some videos and gameplay footage, but yeah, 85% off. It's a shame that I don't know. GOG here doesn't tell you how long it will last. The deals here, it could be more pronounced here. If it is telling me, I don't find it, because I run through and I don't see it. I don't know, maybe from these gaming deals, but still I think it will be better if GOG put like an end time of this deal here. We got also Wasteland 3 Colorado Edition. This is the best version here, 70% off. Usually that's the best price that I've been seeing when it comes in promotion. It's got everything here, so all the DLC and everything. And lastly, we got Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I think this is like the prequel to the one that should come out, Bloodlines 2. I think this is like the direct prequel I'm not sure. I'm not very in depth on the world. I know that there is a lot of games from Vampire the Masquerade stuff, but I found this deal $9, $10, so 50% off. It seems pretty good. From all the reviews, it's an older game. Of course, it's 2004, so don't expect mind-blowing graphics here. And yeah, basically this is it for today, guys. I'm just going to wrap up with my plug on my Patreon. If you like to, or if you have the possibility to help out a little bit extra for me to continue to update my PC and everything, and of course regarding software, like the things I have to maintain, the monthly fees for the software that I use, yeah, it will go for that thing there. And basically this is it, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, Kunamy Master out.